What's up, folks? Stu Myrick, Eddie Cross. Eddie's going to join us because we're taking the last segment of Fight Night.
Yes. And as what, 12, 13 minutes of it?
13. It was 13:11
There
left,
you go.
to be exact. So yes. So we're doing the last segment of that, plus, of course, our show, the whole show. So hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you got plans for this upcoming Memorial Day weekend. You got any plans?
I don't.
Yeah?
Seriously, I started our show. I always have some Joel Gertner-ish intro for Jordan.
Yeah.
And this week it was, he's going to have a better Memorial Day than you, and you know it. Jordan Wahlberger. And it's true. They're going to like Disney World
Are they?
or Disneyland.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
I think Disneyland.
I have no plans, which is actually kind of weird because so you know I'm Boy Scout volunteer. Mm-hmm. I'm part of a cooking crew. Mm-hmm. So for the last
Need some of that pork butt.
Well, for the last 7 years, minus the 2020, the COVID year, we had our meat-a-thon. Basically, we would smoke all this brisket for summer camp for Friday night, family night, and it was, like last year was our smallest amount, and we still did like nearly 1,400 pounds. But we've done as much as 3,300 pounds.
Wow.
And it's about a 3-day process, from the time we get there, trim the briskets, rub them. Well, rub the briskets. Once the smoker's ready, throw them on the smoker. And we're using that gigantic smoker. We can fit about 50 to 60, depending on the size of the briskets.
Basically a whole herd.
Mm-hmm. And then as ones get done, we pull them off, cool them down, trim them, slice them, vacuum pack them, put in the freezer. Right. We do that until the final brisket's done. This year, we are not doing that because, quite honestly, with beef prices as high as they are, decided, can't afford it. So yeah.
You're just going to do like half of that and mix in some other meats?
I don't know what they're going to do.
It's like, what was last year? Was it a pork butt or a pork shoulder you brought back?
It was pork butt.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Like,
it was
like do more of that.
We do that, and it was mentioned about possibly doing some pork roast, but they said no. So we'll
just no meat at all.
We're just I don't know what they're going to do. I assume that maybe they
got to feed the kids somehow.
They'll buy the pre-made stuff, which it's okay. Who knows? We may do our own dinner while we're at camp. So.
Can't let them cheat the kids like that, Steve.
I know. Well, it's the families. It's moms and dads too, and so I don't know. It's going to be one of those weird years, I guess.
Just charge them more.
Well, there are camper fee. I want to say it's up to like $360. I think for the week, which. Wow. I didn't realize because, again, I haven't paid for camp because I'm a volunteer staffer. So,
right.
But yeah, that's a lot of change.
It is.
That's a chunk of change. So, but yeah, so we got to acknowledge the bloodline.
Dude, every time they show the crying kids in the crowd, I just laugh.
I know it's
mean. It's
mean, but it's funny at the same time. It's just funny.
It is.
And I get it. Kids lose their hero, Randy Orton. Apparently he's out of action for a little bit.
Because they hit him in his arm so many times.
Yes. But it's really, had that fire promo from Riddle Monday night on Raw. Which, of course, signals it's the beginning of the end for RK Bro. Yeah. Which is kind of sad because that was a lot of fun,
But
from the way it sounded, they're really enjoying it. It's still hot, but
that's what Vince does.
that's what Vince does.
As soon as they came together, that they're only coming together.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, well, I mean, they've lasted a lot longer than I think most everybody expected.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see.
And I'm pretty sure at some point Randy had to talk Vince out of just randomly RKOing Riddle, just because that's what Vince wanted.
Yeah, you're probably
It's like,
right.
oh, I'm bored with this. Enough with the birds flying.
Yeah,
It's time for the RKO out of nowhere.
which to this day I still don't get the doves flying or the giraffes or the zebra or whatever when Riddle kicks his flops off.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't understand.
I could kind of see what they're doing with the birds.
Yeah.
Okay, at first. But then they keep changing.
Yeah,
Like what are those, hippos?
I don't know what it
Giraffes?
was. It was giraffes. It was I don't know. Maybe Justin knows. What is Justin? What are you acting like a lobster?
I don't know. It looks like a free bird.
You're a lobster in a Mavs jersey? What the hell?
All I hear is yak. What are you talking about, anyways?
We're talking about why when Riddle comes in the ring and he kicks his flip flops off, they have the graphic of the doves flying or the frogs or whatever.
Oh, we've answered this.
Okay, remind me because I still don't know.
So Vince McMahon has a thing for birds, particularly doves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
That's surprising.
when Riddle
Are you actually serious? You're kidding me with this, right?
look up Vince McMahon and likes doves, and it probably will pull up the story.
So what does that have to do with Riddle kicking his flip flops off?
Well, because he was going to do that already. Because, these guys plan their entrances. It's not like they just do it sporadically because of all the camera angles and stuff and whatever graphics they're going to use. So, obviously,
So
he
they
came
went,
up with that
Sure.
idea.
They did the explosion, and then they're like, oh, let's add doves.
Well,
Sure.
yeah, when they went on the whole CGI thing,
Right.
he was like, oh, Vince likes doves, so let's add doves.
But here lately it was what
I
giraffes
think
or
I said
hippos
and giraffes and
or
yeah, there was like insects
some other
that jumped around and stuff.
is someone just smoking
Yeah.
the riddle.
I mean, look, I
the
think
MSK.
it is painfully obvious.
Rest in peace.
Riddle comes out, chemically altered. But
Are you sure he's just not a really good character actor?
well, consider the fact he makes the references to it all the time.
That's part of his character.
All right.
I'm thinking.
Not everyone's
but
a
anyway,
Sandman.
Hey,
I mean,
that's true.
Randy Orton tells you straight up that he makes his favorite strain.
Sure. So, well, be that as it may. So, as we just mentioned, we're taking the last segment from Fight Night. So we're doing an hour plus. Well, 45 minutes plus.
So about an hour.
It's actually, it works out because it's 13:11, I think is what we have for that third segment of your show.
Yeah.
So, it'll work out to right at an hour.
Really,
So-
yeah.
so.
It's just what happens when Jordan randomly decides he's
And
gonna
we
be
won't
a part
have,
of the
and
show.
we only do 3 segments because I did an interview earlier today with Scorpio Sky.
Okay.
So that will be part of the podcast and the show. Had a great time visiting with Sky. Love Sky.
I have a friend who's let's say she's a huge fan of Scorpio Sky,
Yeah?
and we're talking about how tall he is. So it sent me to Wikipedia. And that's how
Really?
I found out his first name is actually Skylar.
Yeah. Skylar
It's
Andrews.
Sky,
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah. He's.
I would not have guessed that, especially that spelling.
He's maybe
Yeah.
maybe an inch taller than me.
Yeah, he's like what 5'8".
Yeah, he's not that tall.
But he's like all wrestlers, man. Like most of them are pretty wide.
Mhm.
He is kind of broad, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, obviously in good shape. Here you go. See, looked it up. It says right there.
isn't that nice? Really likes birds. Okay, sure.
See, I was like, I
guess
didn't make that
that's
up.
That's as random of a reason as any, so why not?
But
So,
but let
okay,
me
yeah.
but let me ask you this: like, why? It's pro wrestling. Like, should it really shock you? I mean, this is the same sport.
should it really? I haven't. It's not a shock. It was just
Confusing.
yeah.
But I mean,
Just didn't know what it meant. What was the significance of it? Because, like you said, it's pro wrestling, which means most everything there is a significance to it. So we just had to figure it out. That's all.
I figured it was just like Saturn's, what is it, three-fingered monkey Gratunza or whatever. However you say his
What?
last. That's the name of his finisher.
You talking about Perry Saturn?
Yeah.
It's called the Rings of Saturn.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No. I'm not talking about the submission. I'm talking about the pup handle slam. Like swinging suplex thing.
All right. Whatever.
What is it?
I got to hear this name.
Moss covered credenza.
Moss covered credenza. Sounds like something you'd find out in the woods.
Or in Grandma's backyard.
Yeah, Grandma's backyard.
Back patio, yeah.
Here it is. It's the moss covered three-handled family credenza.
Okay. Sure.
See?
Okay. Sure.
I'm not making it up.
I don't have to watch it. Just you don't have to show it to me. That's okay. Fine.
But I mean, like, this is a wrestling show. I'm explaining wrestling. It's on topic.
10-1 Lash Legend wins just because. I hope not. I would love to see Roxy or Roxanne. We're watching NXT 2.0.
Okay,
and
bigger
it's the breakout.
squash. This match or the Mavericks tonight?
Ooh, probably this match because I think the Mavericks might win Game 4.
Okay.
Yeah, you've thought that 3 games in a row.
They should have won Game 2. And
Shoulda.
they didn't do it.
Coulda. Woulda.
Should go away. Should go away. So.
Regardless, they're still better than however UT played this season in any sport,
Why
except
are you
for like
comparing the Mavericks to a college team.
because they pay enough to get a pro team.
Obviously not.
Yeah, obviously not. We're not in the SEC just yet. So let's
So
see.
the NIL
Hook 1, 2.
really started
Nope,
yet.
kick out. All right. So not quite a squash.
Yeah. Now,
All right,
if
let's-
you were to make fun of the Spurs, that's the direction you
there
should
we
have
go.
gone in.
There you
But
go.
now you missed your window. Too
Nah,
late.
because
Nope, too late.
they're going to
Cut 'em
probably
off.
they were probably going to move here anyway.
Okay.
They're not moving.
Yeah, they're not moving.
They're playing
No,
here this season.
They're playing.
They're playing
game.
2 games.
That's
2 games
how
in the
it
Moody Center.
starts.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like Red McCombs was going to move the Vikings
Yeah.
to the Alamo Dome.
Exactly.
So,
And
all
get
right,
that hair out of your face.
let's
It's annoying.
let's start the show. Hold on.
This is WWE superstar Seth freaking Rollins, and you're listening to Sports Guys Talking Wrestling.
When they're not covering the sports world, they're talking about the world of professional wrestling.
It's Sports Guys Talking Wrestling.
Now, with Justin Simmons, here's Stu Myrick.
It is Sports Guys Talking Wrestling a little bit earlier than usual. On the horn, Stu Myrick, Justin the Smash Simmons,
Hey, Stu.
and fresh off of Fight Night, it is none other than Eddie Cross. Hello, Eddie.
How's
Doing
it
the
going,
Keith Lee
guys?
pose. Nice. Very good.
My third favorite Aggie now?
Hey, I love Keith.
Yeah.
I love Keith. He's the best. So before we get started, our hearts go out to everybody in Uvalde. That tragedy. It was just horrible news coming out of there, and just our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in Uvalde. Hopefully, hopefully there will be healing as time progresses. We're gonna
Finally do something.
yeah, we're gonna talk a little WWE. Let's start with the big news. It was announced Friday night on SmackDown because Sasha Banks and Naomi disappointed millions of WWE fans. So they have the storyline version is they are indefinitely suspended, and they were stripped of the women's tag team titles.
That's like the corporate version of "You can't quit me, I'm dumping you."
Yes, yeah.
They literally
Now-
walked in there and handed the belts off.
All right,
Like, oh, we're stripping you.
yeah.
Of what?
So
We already gave it to you.
Dignity.
now here's in addition, non-storyline wise, all their merchandise has been removed from WWEshop.com.
I
So
did
if
see
you
that.
go to the website and you search their name, you can't find merchandise.
Well, it's too late because today is my niece's birthday.
Yes.
And she's a huge Sasha Banks fan.
Okay.
Already sent her
There you
stuff. Also,
Now, apparently, you
handmade
can
cookies.
get it at live events, but
Really?
you can't get it. You can't get it online
because they just already have it packed in the trucks.
right.
So I have one Sasha Banks T-shirt for sale, size large, unisex. Just letting you all know.
Hey, I gave you that.
That's funny.
No way, I paid for that.
Now here's okay. So, I mean, we haven't heard from Sasha or Naomi, although I think Sasha was seen with Snoop Dogg and maybe a few others over the weekend. Or
That
something.
is her cousin.
Yeah.
You know,
She was like seen at a concert or something.
but we
Oh,
haven't
DJ.
heard
Yeah.
from them. Now, here's kind of the comical part. So these the women's tag team titles are vacated. They're going to have a tournament to crown a tournament to crown new champions.
How do you have a tournament, Stu?
That's that's my question.
You make a
because-
bracket for one.
Okay, but hold on.
I know where you're
A
getting
bracket
at.
of 2 teams?
Yeah, we're
Right
the two-
now, you got 2 teams. You got Natalia and I guess Tamina. Was it Tamina? No, Shayna Baszler. So, see, and that's how far. So Natalia and Shayna Baszler.
Matches?
Right. And we might have Doudrop and Nikki ASH.
And have they had a match together?
They
on
have
TV?
not. And
No.
that's the thing. They haven't. They've been teasing they might be a tag team.
But we also need a Scottish name for them.
Right. But
Alba-
behind-
Ice.
that's
Alba
beside
Ice.
the point.
Alba twins,
That's it.
because Alba means Scotland.
Okay.
Last time I checked, a tournament involves more than 2.
Well,
Right.
Participants.
So they could have
Or
they could have a match.
They could have a match. So
I-
I mean, now there's the what?
Well, I was gonna say, in all due respect, y'all, in pro wrestling, a tournament can consist of no tournament at all, i.e., Pat Patterson in the Intercontinental Championship
isn't-
tournament.
Yeah, this isn't 1977.
But yeah, this is the
You
internet
got to
age.
do it on TV now. There's got to be video or no, you can't.
But
Yeah. Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah, you can't call back to 45 years ago.
Maybe they'll
So
have
here's
a rumble.
I've
And
heard.
the last 2 left champions.
Well, I've heard that they might be calling at least snatching a couple of teams from NXT, which okay, fine.
They've
So they're
got
going to bring them up for
a
a
tag
show
team.
and then send them back down. I don't know.
Who else?
yeah,
They don't have, but they have no other. There are no other women's tag teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have that big of a roster anyway, and I just it's kind of I mean, it's one of those. We'll wait and see how it develops, but it's kind of comical. They're going to call it a tournament when you got let's say 1.5 teams because Doudrop and Nikki haven't had a match yet.
And this was basically Sasha and Naomi's issue with it in the first place, is that they're trying to make something out of the tag team division, and Vince, in Vince fashion, was just crapping on it. So apparently he was going to have Naomi win that Monday night
Naomi was supposed to win the 6-pack challenge
to go on to face Bianca.
Then she would lose to Bianca Belair, and Sasha was going to start a program with Ronda Rousey that would end in a match where Sasha loses to Rousey.
which means for like a month, they wouldn't even be tagging together.
Right. Now
No
look.
defenses.
Now in WWE the titles are meaningless anyway. Outside of the the World and Universal title that Roman Reigns has. No, the rest of the titles don't matter. They don't.
But they are great props if they are used correctly, or just at
and
all.
but that's the thing. They're not.
Yeah, at all. Is the
I mean,
problem.
when's the last time you saw the Intercontinental title defended on a premium live event?
Right.
So,
But
it's
funny enough,
silly.
In NXT, I have lately felt like the North American Championship is the A Championship, because that one I kind of care about what's happening. And they just shoved Braun Breaker in our face, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
So
I'm
it
not
is a
crazy about the
situation-
Braun Breaker and Joe Gacy storyline.
So it is a situation where the wrestler makes the title,
Yeah,
and that's what Sasha and Naomi were trying to do.
right.
And
right.
Vince just said,
We'll see. I like I said, it's.
I'm very articulate.
I mean, we
That's
we don't
Vince's
know
humor
how
right there.
we don't know how this is going to end up. Again, if you believe the rumor innuendo, both Sasha and Naomi only had maybe a few months left on their contract. Excuse me. So whether the contract get frozen, and
was my question.
WWE basically does a pack on him where he's just has to sit at home or whatever. We'll see.
But there's no way they want, especially Sasha, going to AEW.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. No. And Naomi, I mean,
Guys, you all know this is all just a storyline, though. They're going to be the first team that's going to join the Judgment Day.
Sure. In other news, Stephanie McMahon announced on Friday that she is taking a leave of absence as chief brand officer for WWE. Interesting.
yeah, I'm like, as a fan who just watches and doesn't pay as much attention
Now,
to the corporate going
and
on,
look,
I wouldn't have noticed.
I applaud her with everything that her family went through, especially with Triple H and his cardiac event from last year, and
Vince
Triple
being
H
Vince.
is just now coming back to work. Maybe if she's feeling the burnout, hey,
Who could
I'm all
blame her?
for her
Yeah.
taking some time off, spending it with the family, all that good stuff. Now here's kind of it's like you kind of have to tilt your head a little bit. So Nick Khan, he's Vince's right hand basically, is going to temporarily, quote unquote, take over her duties. Now I've heard, there has been. I don't know the details of Stephanie's leave of absence, and quite frankly, I don't care. It's not for us to speculate.
Right.
I have heard, however, all sorts of rumors, innuendos about, for instance, that this is another step towards WWE eventually being sold. I've heard, in fact, there was a story. There's a story floating around that they may try to find someone to fill that spot full time. So I don't know.
Well, it's not like Stephanie needs the money.
Be that as it may, all the best to Stephanie. Hopefully she enjoys her time off, whether it's with her kids and all that good stuff, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah, but I still have a hard time believing Vince would ever sell.
Yeah, not while he's alive.
Ever.
I can imagine, like, maybe when he passes.
Yeah.
But
I can imagine the kids selling.
I agree, but stranger things. Stranger things.
But Eddie, would you agree? Because I pose this question to Stu a lot. Like, pro wrestling is its most interesting when it's the real life stuff that we're talking about, as opposed to the show itself.
That's actually how I got back into it in college.
Yeah.
I get that.
And when I
And
switched
I
my
get
major to
that.
sport management.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to see it too much because then you get the Vince Russo treatment, which I don't think that we saw what happened with WCW.
Well, the problem is that he came up with Oklahoma, and that wasn't realistic at all. That was just like bad ribs.
That was one problem. There was a bunch more. Believe me.
Yeah.
Anyway, all the best to Stephanie. And then WWE announces they are going to return to Saudi Arabia November 5th for Crown Jewel.
Yes.
So that'll be another stadium event, because Nick Khan had said he wants more stadium events. As they're doing SummerSlam in a stadium, they're doing Money in the Bank at Allegiant Stadium,
And I
home
like
of the
that idea.
Raiders. So
You're the biggest act
you
like
got
it.
you got the event in Wales that's going to be in a stadium.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, November 5th for WWE Crown Jewel.
so.
And that's really close to the, what do they call it? The Clash at the Castle? What are they calling it?
Yeah.
No,
the-
Clash of
that's
Castles
in
in September.
Yeah.
That's beginning of September.
It's like a
Yeah,
month.
and literally
Literally a month.
like a month and a week later,
Yeah.
they're going to be in
But
Saudi
that's
Arabia.
good. That's good
It's
timing.
2 months.
No, it's like September 30th, isn't it?
No, it's the beginning of September.
Is it the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, still, it's only 2 months.
2 months.
But
yeah.
Let
So
me,
it's like one pay-per-view
Hey.
away.
let me
That's what
ask
I
you
wanted.
in Saudi
this.
Arabia.
So have we seen the end of like even B pay-per-views, or I guess premium live events now? Like
What do you
those-
mean?
Those B-level PLEs? Like
Backlash?
we won't
think-
see them in regular arenas anymore. They're going to be all in stadiums.
I don't know if they
The-
do all of them.
Like I said, the word, the word is Nick wants more stadium events. Now, whether you see, say, like WrestleMania Backlash at a stadium,
Yeah, I don't. That wouldn't.
or even Hell in a Cell is going to be in an arena. So
You can do Hell in a Cell if you build it upright, which they're not quite. It's getting better.
the Hell in a
it's
Cell
not-
card, and we're going and that'll get previewed next week. Right now, there's not much. It's not much better than Backlash.
Yeah,
quite honestly,
They don't.
you got Cody and Seth in the cell, and that's you got
Lashley and Omos.
well, and then you got the Raw Women's Title match, which now
Three-way.
Becky Lynch is back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's it. You're not going to have. I dare them to put an Intercontinental title match or U.S. title match for that matter.
You got to see those titles on TV first. But I'm pretty sure we're going to get
I'd
like
like
the
to
Mysterios versus.
If they actually
Veer
defended
Mahaan.
them on TV, it'd be great.
Yeah, it would be nice.
It'd
Main
be
event
fun.
doesn't count.
What?
I was like, main event doesn't count.
Is that still on?
No, it does not. It
Yeah,
does
that's
not
where
count.
that's where Ricochet's defending the title.
Oh my god.
It does not count.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and again, I asked, when's the last time we saw the Intercontinental title defended at a pay-per-view or premium live event?
I can't even say that.
It's been.
PLE.
It's at least been late 2021 at least at the earliest.
When was the last time the U.S. title was?
I don't know.
Who is the U.S. champion?
We got to take a quick break. Coming up top of the hour, more Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. We're previewing AEW Double or Nothing. That's coming up next on The Horn.
Do you like how sure I sounded when I said that?
Yeah, you're like Theory. Oh, that's right. Youngest U.S. champion ever. They really pushed that pretty hard.
Theory, not Austin. Theory.
Yeah, no,
Just Theory.
Yeah. But he still has all the logos that are like, AT referenced. It's just really
Well,
weird.
now it's for A-Town.
Yeah.
A-Town down.
A-Town down.
Also, that's a horrible theme.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's garbage.
It's not great.
Oh, the theme song.
Yeah.
I was
it
just
is.
like, I thought you were just talking
Yeah.
about like the theme around his character in general. And I was like,
There isn't really a theme around his character except for Kiss Ass and Selfie Taker.
he's like
Yeah.
he's like the modern day Zach Morris.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm fine with like the way they're going with it and the way they're building him. He's gonna be like the next Miz, or even the next Seth Rollins.
You hope.
The way that they're building him. I'm like, I can see where they're going, and he's doing it well.
I am
He's
not
annoying.
completely convinced that's going to happen, only because Vince could get bored.
Oh, very easily. But you can see what
Next
if-
thing you know, he'll be doing dates down in NXT.
Yeah, but if it keeps on this path, you can see where they want it to go,
Yeah.
and it could be good. And he
Where
could
they
do it
want to
well.
go.
Yeah, he could do it well.
If they continue on this path, yeah.
yeah, big
But
if.
Vince gets bored.
Nah, this guy.
Shiny toys until he gets bored. And
it
then,
makes me
like I
wish
said,
Shane
he's doing dates
was-
with NXT.
Makes me wish Shane was a bigger personality. Then him and Triple H could Steven Jones the situation. But
I don't know if.
Well,
he'll
I
ever
mean,
come
you
back
look,
either.
yeah. Now you look at it. So
Stephanie's leaving.
So
Shane's gone.
Steph leave her ass, and Shane's
Triple
not
H
there.
is like in the closet somewhere.
So
in the
yeah,
back, just, like,
Vince
stuffed
is
in
the
back.
only McMahon left in the.
And we're gonna see the effects of it. Why aren't we recording this?
Well, we got the video stream,
Yeah.
so there you go.
I'm like, they don't want to hear us say this anyway.
But yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, and that's kind of why I'm starting to lean towards. Yeah, I could see them setting up to sell, whether it's to NBC Universal, whether it's to Disney, whether it's to somebody else.
And see, I told you a while back when it happened that them going public was the beginning of the end.
Well, okay, they went public in like 96 or 97 or 98. Yeah, it's been 20 years at least.
Really?
Yes.
The Rock
I think so.
The Rock rung the bell at the stock exchange when they first got on the ticket. So it was like 1999 to 2000, around there.
Okay. Well,
When it
maybe I
went
didn't
public.
tell you.
But I mean, I
But
understand.
also, same thing with the UFC. Going public is the beginning of the end. Because now all you're doing, instead of trying to put on a great show for the fans, you're just worrying about
Profits.
profit margin, what you're paying out to the shareholders.
Yeah. And
So-
that part's gonna suck.
So that's why it's like, oh, we'll put on Peacock. Peacock sucks. Doesn't matter. We're getting paid for it.
Yep. And they already know the hardcore fans are going to spend the money because like while the viewing numbers have been down significantly since the the boom of the Attitude Era, the fans that they do have are super loyal, so they spend
And
money.
They're getting a ton from NBC.
Yeah.
They're getting a ton from Saudi Arabia.
Fox.
Yeah. USA.
Okay, there was a. Let's see.
It's weird that Fox and USA are paying for or NBC Universal are paying for them like they're a sport when
It
you
was
can easily just like record it and watch it later.
FY, it was 2000.
Okay.
2000 they went public. So 22 years.
Does it ever make you wonder why, if the WWE, I guess the WWE is just so valuable because of the brand? Because I'm like, if that's the case, like, why doesn't a network
Well-
just produce like their own pro wrestling if the numbers are so great?
Because WWE has all the infrastructure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
it
hire
would
the
take
people.
somebody like a Tony Khan to build a company.
Yeah, you just hire the people.
Well, it's the same thing with like a spring football league.
Yeah.
Oh, the NFL does great numbers. Why doesn't someone just start a football league?
Yeah.
They've tried. It tanks. You have to do it correctly and not try to be the big guy right off the bat.
Well, of course.
That's why I like what USFL is doing. Although I hate that they picked Birmingham, but playing all their games in one city. So like they only have one front office instead of 10.
Yeah.
Not paying for travel.
Yeah, that's
know?
interesting. That is interesting.
And doing it in Birmingham instead of like Houston or New York.
Right.
It's much cheaper to put the guys up in hotels.
Exactly.
They're gonna
It's
shut
going to
down.
be, I mean, look,
And then in the 5 years they'll merge with the XFL.
That would be the hope, right?
And then
USXFL.
if either one of them lasts that long.
USXFL. That's a good one. USXFL.
Yeah. If either one lasts that long. We'll see. So, all right, let's do
Are they still looking
segment
for
2.
people to try out for the XFL in Hawaii? They're doing like tryouts
Oh, for
in the
real?
country. Hawaii's gonna
All
have
right.
a specific one.
Here we go.
Now, where are we going to? Double or nothing?
Yes.
We got a thing? There it is.
Got to mute you on YouTube and Twitch, so
Word.
be right back. Back here on Sports Guys Talking Wrestling, Stu Myrick, Justin Smash Simmons, Eddie Cross from Fight Night. All right, folks, it's Memorial Day weekend, and for the first time in 2 years, AEW is bringing Double or Nothing back to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Woohoo!
It will be at the T-Mobile Arena on Sunday, May 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. If you're in the United States, you get it on Bleacher Report. If you are outside the United States, get it on Fight TV.
On Sunday like it's supposed to be.
That's and they got a whole fan fest. They got Dynamite and Rampage in Las Vegas. They're doing this fan fest. In fact, if you watch BTE this week, Adam Cole is going to defend the BTE championship versus Christopher Daniels in a 2 out of 3. It's going to be It's blackjack, rock, paper, scissors, and I think dice or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so there's going to be all sorts of other shenanigans. So let's start with the pre-show match. Hookhausen. Hook and Danhausen taking on Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling.
Still haven't seen Hook actually Danhausen do any actually wrestling moves.
I saw Danhausen wrestle in Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, and he has some moves. So, obviously I think Hook's going to do the heavy lifting of this one. So, but it's going to be Hookhausen.
Somehow Danhausen pins Mark Sterling.
Yes.
With a cursor. I don't know what his finishing move is.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Just
tell
the
you,
curse.
I'd rather seen Danhausen team with Orange Cassidy, but he's still got the arm
He's
thing.
still
The shoulder.
In a trios match, Death Triangle, Penta Oscura, Ray Phoenix, and Pac taking on the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews.
But why am I supposed to care
Because
about these teams?
Ray is back.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix is back after
They had
being
blinded
injured.
Penta.
They did. It was Pac as well.
Oh yeah, Pac too. Yeah.
Yeah. I get the
These
feeling.
are great characters. What's your problem?
I just feel like the House of Black is just so worse than what it should actually be.
What do you mean?
They're smashing everyone.
What do you mean they're worse?
It doesn't feel like it. Like they could be better than what they are. Like
Well, they're not on TV as much as they could be.
Exactly.
But that's
like,
the problem
like, I don't
with AEW.
feel,
They have too many.
like I don't feel like they're booked properly. So that's why I'm like, why do I even care about this match? So they get a win. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't think it's going to mean anything to whoever wins any of these matches.
Actually, maybe
that's all I'm saying.
they should have this one on the buy-in instead of Hookhausen.
Yes.
I am going to go with House of Black.
Nah,
I'm going with Death Triangle.
You'll go Death? Okay. I could see them winning, but I figure I'll just... a tag team match for the ages. In fact, I saw the last iteration of this at Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor in Lakeland, Florida. That one involved ladders. This one I don't think will, but the Young Bucks take on the Hardys.
When they get old, are we just going to call them the Bucks? Or will they always be the Young Bucks?
That should be now.
I was going to say, they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
Man,
is it a passing of the torch, or do you finally do something with the Hardys?
I don't know.
No, the whole Matt Hardy thing has gone downhill, unfortunately.
That's the problem.
And this is just another way, like just like the WWE did. This is just like the nostalgia run for them. So to get their money's worth, they're going to put them together and let them do this match because everybody wants to see it, but the Young Bucks are going to win.
But even in WWE, they actually held the title for a hot minute.
Yeah, but the booking here in AEW,
It was on that. It was at that WrestleMania the night after Supercard of Honor.
Yeah.
In another ladder match.
Yes.
There you go. See,
I was at both.
but see, that's where I'm like, oh yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
But they've done such a bad job of booking the Hardys. I don't want to trust it.
But they're not going to win.
I don't know.
If you're gonna have them, you may as well have them do something and get your money's worth instead of just being like expensive jobbers.
I understand, but AEW booking has not given me any like context to make them give a nostalgia run with a title. It just doesn't seem like it's in their cards to do that.
I'm not sure we're going to give the titles to the Hardys.
Oh no, that's not.
No.
But just this match.
This is just because it's Bucks and Hardys. Why not?
Yeah, no, that's great. But I have no clue what they're going to do.
I think the Bucks could.
Bucks.
Something tells me there might be shenanigans
That's
involved
good point.
too.
That's
Ooh,
good point.
if you see no DQ, would that make you happy?
No, I just think
AGQ,
it'll be like the undisputed elite in the.
Ooh, yeah. There's probably an elite beatdown.
That's a good point.
So
you talk me into the Bucks.
In an Anarchy in the Arena match, you got the Jericho Appreciation Society taking on the Blackpool Combat Club of John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, along with Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz.
Gonna have to go Blackpool, I think.
This one,
because Jericho's gonna be Jericho no matter what.
He
doesn't
is.
need the bump, but you gotta legitimize Blackpool.
I think. Well, I think it's more. I think it'll be to. I think to elevate Moxley and Danielson.
Yeah.
Into the further up in the tag team rankings.
Or if they could take our trios championship.
That's true.
Our trios championship.
Yes.
I think
we are the inaugural AEW trios champions.
I think I'm gonna go with Blackpool Combat Club and Eddie Kingston's crew.
I'll go with that, but again, I'm just like nobody really needs the win here. These guys are all established.
Yeah.
Like Eddie Kingston needs.
All right.
Yeah, he does.
Now we are recording this on Tuesday night, so
Jericho's a wizard, you know.
So assuming Wardlow does defeat Shawn Spears in the cage match, with MJF as a guest referee on Dynamite, which we maybe they find a way. Maybe Spears gets a chair, swings at Wardlow, misses, hits MJF. MJF gets knocked out. Wardlow powerbombs Spears, goes down, takes MJF's hand, and hits the 3. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, it'll be MJF taking on Wardlow. And if Wardlow wins, he is out of his contract with MJF.
Yeah, it's got to be Wardlow, right?
You got to believe it. They have this one. They have built up beautifully. Yeah. Quite honestly,
if Wardlow doesn't get this win, it's just they failed themselves.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Wardlow on this. I know you're gonna go MJF, right?
Exactly, because what they're gonna do is that they're gonna force Wardlow into like indentured servitude, and he's gonna have to like begrudgingly, be at ringside.
I could see him doing that. I can see him doing that for a little bit, and then
they've also done that for like the last.
They'll do another match down the road, but I'm thinking
Yeah, but if you make it suffer like even more, so then when they can come back around to what's their big show, All In,
All Out.
All Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worse than LA Knight and
No. His name's not LA Knight.
Max
At the time, it
Dupree.
Yes.
Dupree at the time.
And I'm okay with that though.
Who you going with, Eddie?
Wardlow.
You're going with Wardlow. Okay. All right. For the TBS Championship, Jade Cargill defending against Anna Jay.
But I don't want to be a
Who are
pirate.
these guys?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Pretty deadly, man.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be a pirate. Also, you see Becky Lynch
Anyway.
wearing literally the puffy shirt from
Yeah, I
Seinfeld.
saw that.
Oh my god! And no one mentioned it.
Back to it.
Killing
Hold
me.
on. Back.
Sorry,
Let's
sorry.
back. AEW.
Bring it in.
AEW. Jade Cargill defending the TBS Championship against Anna Jay.
Okay,
Cargill.
Jade.
Cargill's, yeah.
Okay.
Cargill's winning this. I like Anna Jay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying Anna Jay?
Yeah.
Are you?
What?
No. I said
you're saying
Jade.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was like, let's.
Oh, Jade, yeah.
Yeah. All right. The finals of the men's Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament. It will be Adam Cole take on either Kyle O'Reilly or Samoa Joe. Again, we're taping this on Tuesday. Kyle O'Reilly and Samoa Joe are supposed to meet this week on Dynamite.
It'll be what's his name? It'll
I
be
get a-
O'Reilly.
So you're saying it's going to be Cole and O'Reilly
Yep.
in the finals.
Yes, and KO should win, but I would prefer that Cole would win.
I'm saying Adam Cole's going to win either way.
I'm saying Cole's winning either way.
That's what I have.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm just saying he's going to face KO.
Well, they
I
have been
think he's
picking-
going to face. I'm gonna have faith he'll face Samoa Joe, and then Samoa Joe will get Jay Lethal get involved, and there you go.
I guess, but storyline wise, there's just so much history
We
between
won't-
the two.
We won't pick the women's final only because they got 2 semifinal matches left, and but right now, as it stands, it'll be you got Toni Storm, Britt Baker meeting on Dynamite in one semifinal, and I'm going to guess it's going to be Ruby Soho and Chris Statlander.
I say let's pick it. I'm going Tony Storm.
You know,
You're going okay.
I was
fine.
leaning Storm, but I really think it's just going to be Britt Baker because she's still the top face in that division. Not like a face as in good character, like a good person, you know, like
just
that. But like just like she is. When I think women's division in AEW, I
Right.
still think her.
The problem is she's won. You need more.
I know, but they just haven't done
Jade
enough.
Cargill's still really green. Not just talking about her hair.
Yeah.
I know.
So Tony Storm and Ruby Soho. They've just been crapping on her since she.
Yeah,
Hasn't been a good
it's
run.
going to be either Storm or Britt Baker
Can she run away
win
to
the finals.
to Ring of Honor?
I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Which we still don't know what's going to happen with Ring of Honor.
That's a
So,
great question.
who are you
We know
guessing?
Mercedes has been defending the Ring of Honor women's
Mercedes,
title
yeah.
Yes.
on Dark Elevation, and I think Wheeler Yuta just had a pure title defense. In fact, it was against Josh Woods, the former champion.
When are they finally just going to turn Dark and Dark Elevation into Ring of Honor?
See,
and put them on TBS or TNT instead of 12 hours of Impractical Jokers.
I got a feeling.
Cut out 2 hours a week for ROH Dark and ROH Elevation.
I got a feeling that I don't know. I don't know.
Make it one show.
Well, they do
One
need
2 hour
For
show.
those that are, and it's kind of like me, those that are, that have fondness for the Ring of Honor brand, to see it basically become Dark and Dark Elevation feels like the brand is being demoted.
Well, that's kind of where it was at the end anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
there were
was.
guys at the top
It was.
that were
I
notable,
get
but the
it.
rest of it.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
It's always been kind of a single A kind of league, you know?
It's been like this in almost anything, not just pro
Yeah.
wrestling, but when the conglomerate buys the little guy and basically just turns him into a part of the portfolio, i.e.
So what happened, WCW?
Yeah, ECW.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I could
make it its own. You have shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It just I don't
Put it
know.
on TV. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
there
there-
are 12
yeah.
hours of Impractical Jokers every stinking day on TV.
I'm sure that you could get the same audience.
And as
number,
much as I
right?
love Impractical Jokers,
Well, we'll see. And
Put 2 hours of that.
Well, especially now with this merger with Warner Brothers and Discovery,
Oh, that's right.
and certain people are out at
Oh,
Warner
yeah.
Brothers Discovery, so I don't know the likelihood of getting another hour or so of programming.
I'm certain that AEW's ratings are still the highest thing on TNT.
AEW,
Yeah.
but now we're talking Ring of Honor,
Right. But
which we don't have a roster of right now
You
outside of
don't.
your current champions.
we know the roster of 12 hours of Impractical Jokers. and we know what that's doing. And why don't you try something else?
Maybe Impractical Jokers gets ratings. I don't know.
I mean, I love it.
I'm
But
sure
why
that
not?
they
Why
would
not
get
try
the same
something?
numbers.
Okay,
gotta be the same audience.
If you force me to pick a the
I'm
winner of the
forcing you to
Women's
pick a winner.
Cup, I'm going to go Baker. I'm going to go Britt Baker.
Oh man,
You can't go against her. You know.
No
I'd
love.
like to see Tony Storm win.
I figured
but
one of you would pick Ruby Soho.
Nah.
No. All right,
together now.
triple threat match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. You got the current champions, Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. They were at a LA Galaxy game over the weekend, taking on Keith Lee and Sir Strickland, taking on Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs.
I'm going
get
Lee
a-
and Swerve.
You're going Lee and Swerve.
Out of
Okay.
nowhere.
I'm going Starks and Hobbs.
You're going Starks and Hobbs.
My question is, who eats the pin in this match?
I think Jungle Boy,
Yeah.
because they've planted the seeds with him and Christian, with Christian Cage, and I get the feeling Christian Cage may. So I think I may lean Swerve in his glory as well. I may go Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland,
Right.
but we'll see.
But we're all in agreement that the champions are not leaving with the belts.
Yeah.
No, I think the championships will change hands. So, and like I said, I think Jungle Boy is going to be pinned.
Yeah. And ironically, in true WWE style, not to a true tag team.
This is
Yeah, but but I forgive it a little bit on AEW side because they have a much better tag
Oh,
team
they do.
scene.
So much better. But it's just funny that
I mean,
the tag team
you got Roppongi Vice reuniting.
Wait. Okay, let me say this. You can have a much better tag team scene, but it's still not booked properly. Because if that's the case, why haven't FTR gotten like a proper title run?
they had one.
How?
Yeah, they had
when
one.
they first got there.
Yeah.
but they're like supposed to be the best team on the planet.
Well, they are walking around with 2 sets of belts.
Yeah, they got the ROH belts and the AAA.
Again,
And the way that they're doing it, it's cool because you can have them still looking like the best tag team on the planet,
Yeah.
but not be the ones with the AEW belts, which is weird.
Right.
But okay.
But I mean, I think we're just giving them high praise because they had a really good match against each other just recently. But before that,
Dude,
and
I
the Young
fast
Bucks
forward through
match,
that whole match.
No,
But the other stuff.
I'll give them praise because I was in person in Dallas when I saw them wrestle the Briscoes, and that was a hell of a match.
that wasn't an AEW match.
I know,
Right.
but still,
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm agreeing. It's weird booking.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying it's weird that
It
the
is
tag
odd.
team
they're a great
titles-
team.
But
Booking's
I'm
weird.
okay. Be that as may, I'm not talking about the booking. I'm talking about the tag team scene. The tag
Yeah, the
team
scene was
division
great.
in AEW is miles ahead of WWE's tag
How?
team. They got more teams.
They have actual teams.
All you need is the bloodline.
Oh, good
Hail
Lord.
them.
Oh, Jesus. All right, whatever. Anyway, back to our preview. For the AEW Women's World Title, Thunder Rosa defending against Serena Deeb. I'm not crazy about how this one's been built either.
No.
I haven't been crazy about her whole title.
I had to laugh too. I was at Dustin Rhodes, the Rhodes Wrestling Academy, and we were chatting it up about their segment on Dynamite where Serena Deeb's basically chewing out Dustin, and it was kind of funny and I don't know, maybe I'm revealing a little too much, but apparently the slap, Serena slapping Thunder Rosa, was a surprise to Dustin.
Oh.
So, anyway. Yeah, this has not been booked that great.
Deeb.
Yeah, there's something tells me Deeb's going to
No,
take it.
Thunder Rosa just got the belt.
I
You
know.
can't start
Way
playing
more
hot potato.
popular, but
Yeah.
it's like when Kofi was heavyweight champion. It just has not been booked well.
But he actually
Yeah,
held the belt
but-
for like 6 months.
She's
Yeah.
had it for 6 months.
No, she hasn't.
No.
It feels
No.
like it.
Maybe 6 weeks.
It feels like 6 months.
All right, no.
No.
Um,
Month and a half.
You know,
2 months.
I still say
Eddie,
Deeb.
I'm going to say Thunder Rosa keeps it.
All right. So
I
you're
know
going Deeb?
you're going
Yeah.
Deeb.
Oh yeah, easily.
And then for the AEW World Championship, the Hangman had a page taking on CM Punk. I know most everybody would put the belt on CM Punk now.
Too late.
Something tells me they're going to find a way for Hangman to retain. Just because I think there's a combination of things. You got Forbidden Door coming up in a month later with New Japan. You got Hangman. I think still has some contenders he could work through. So I think Hangman retains somehow. It would not shock me in the least if Punk wins. I'm gonna go with Hangman just for the sake of.
Well, looks like me and Justin are both going.
You're
with
both
Punk.
going Punk, and I think Punk could easily win.
Yeah, and AEW has the issue of like missing their window of putting the belt on people. It's like strike while the iron's hot, and they haven't been doing it. And especially with Forbidden Door coming up, I think Punk sells out a lot more than Page does.
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, and you're going to have the New Japan stars. You're going to have Okada.
A rematch.
You're going to have Okada. You'll probably have Naito. You'll get Tanahashi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bullet Club will be there.
What if you have a CM Punk Adam Page rematch?
Well, except it's going to be AEW versus New Japan.
It's
So
kind of
it
like
could be
Starrcade
CM
95.
So
you
it
know?
could be CM Punk versus Okada.
Oh, that's huge.
That could be a pretty nice match.
That's what I'm saying. That sells more. Adam Page is good. He's great.
I could
but
see
CM Punk sells that more.
Yeah, because
it's possible.
Because you're trying to do numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're selling a product, and you're trying to make the most money.
You
possible.
don't have to convince. I get it.
Not every champ has to hold the belt.
I'm just for the sake of argument. I'm gonna say Page. If Punk wins, okay, fine. I think it's gonna be an interesting. I think either way, either one that becomes champion, it's going to be an interesting run.
I think either way, the match is going to be way too long. It's going to be like a 45-minute
How many
match.
false finishes?
It could be.
Right?
Lord.
Could be. Yeah. It could be a stretcher. Anyway, that's AEW Double or Nothing this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, from the T-Mobile Arena, the home of the Las Vegas Knights.
Where they don't have a press room.
In the U.S., get it on Bleacher Report. If you're outside the United States, get it on Fight TV. And then it's on to Forbidden Door and eventually All Out. So could be a fun summer. Yeah. Nevertheless, we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we will hear from someone that could factor into Double or Nothing. The TNT champion, Scorpio Sky, joins us next on Sports Guys Talking Wrestling on the Horn. Now, as I said, that interview is already recorded. It's in the can.
Right. Yeah, speaking of the TNT champion, how long are they going to go with this Sammy Guevara thing?
Well, and that's something we didn't cover in the preview. The rumor innuendo says internally there will be a mixed tag with Sammy and Kai against Paige Van Zandt and either Scorpio Sky or Ethan Page.
Okay.
We don't, but there hasn't been
the mixed tag titles for AAA.
Probably not. No, it'll just be a mixed tag. We will see if they make it official tomorrow night on Dynamite. Mm-hmm. So,
you know what's cool is even after having the TNT belt destroyed last week, they've got another one.
Yes, that's the kind of the comical thing about it. So, but yeah, Sky and I had a great conversation. Talked a little, reminisced a little about Breast Circus, and talked a little about MMA.
It's very unprofessional, Stu.
I know. I thought I had but I guess I didn't. So,
is that your lady?
Nope, it was spam.
Oh,
actually,
bastards!
Stupid spam calls. I swear,
dude, I get spam text messages on my work phone at 3 in the morning.
Oh, those are the worst.
3 in the morning.
Those are the
What are
worst.
you doing up at 3 in the morning?
I'm not.
Hey, it's Duke Hudson. Hey, I finally remembered his name. Duke Hudson.
Well,
And Braun Breaker's about to put him through the lockers. So, let's see.
I got a problem with Braun Breaker. I just don't care.
He just needs another finishing move.
He just needs something. He just needs something to his personality besides angry. There's so many wrestlers that's all their personality is. Just an angry guy with a beard. That's why I can't get with Josh. What's his name? In Impact, the champion.
Josh Alexander?
Yeah, Alexander. See, I was calling him Josh Woods because basically they're the same person.
He's a hell of a wrestler.
Yeah, but it's like indie style. You just have to be a good actual wrestler. On TV though, there's got to be a TV product that entertains people.
So has AEW done enough to prove that the indie style can work, or like for a mainstream national audience, or has it proven like the opposite so far? Like that
It
like
seems
it
like they're
really
going the opposite because they keep grabbing so many WWE wrestlers that people know from WWE. That's why they're big. Now they still do 30-minute matches all the time. I'm like, dude, too much.
Yeah, like the style is different, obviously.
There has
But then they
been
can't fit
there has
everyone
been a
into the show.
need for like someone, whether Tony Khan or where Tony needs to like step back about 20% or so, because the other thing is they try to fit so much into their show.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rampage last week had like 4 matches, 2 interview segments, and a partridge in a pear tree.
I actually like that better.
It was nuts.
It's like I'm not tuning in just to see like a match and a half.
It sounds like old school Raw.
Yeah,
But
like you have stuff going, move it along.
yeah,
Let's go.
it moves.
It's like you have so many people. There's
I
so
don't
many
know.
things that could happen, but you got all these people that are probably wrestle more on the indies under a contract with you than actually on your TV shows.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm not going to YouTube to watch Dark and Elevation. I got other stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I don't go to unless I know a match. I just want to see how somebody does.
Now, pretty soon I'm switching to YouTube TV, and I'm going to lose my Access TV. So I'll have a hole there if you put Dark and Elevation, or you put ROH Dark and Elevation on TNT. I'll have a hole there that I can't watch Impact. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to start watching Impact more.
How would you watch Impact?
I have a way.
There are ways.
There are ways.
I don't know.
yes.
People that work for the government always have ways. Huh?
Hey. Watch your mouth.
Let's talk about Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about Stu.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, Von Wagner and Ikemen Juro.
Yeah, Mia Yim has a pretty cool entrance.
I bet you.
She's
Haven't
like
even
backup
seen it.
dancers.
Oh, for real? That's cool.
Yeah.
Every time.
I haven't
You
seen
think it'd
anything.
just be the first time, but no. Every time it's like backup dancers. I'm like,
I
you're
need
running
to
out
watch-
to help.
Are they spending all their budget on
Don't
backup
have time to
dancers?
dance.
Yeah, I need to watch more Impact. I mean, I get interviews with their guys, so I need to start watching some more.
Yeah, that would probably help.
I just had Deanna Purrazzo.
But that's different because we all know how good she is, and she's
Yeah,
been like
but
one of the best things
still.
on that show.
But still, I
But,
mean, I want
yeah,
to talk to
on
others.
that show. He's not watching that show.
I'm talking, but I get others as well, not just Deanna, like Josh Alexander, like Moose, Sammy Callahan, that type of thing.
He's
so,
back, yeah.
So anyway,
The Briscoes.
Oh, that's right.
Love the
Impact Tag
Briscoes.
Team Champs now.
Yes, love the Briscoes.
Good Brothers are back in the Bullet Club.
Yes,
Okay. This whole Liv Morgan in or not in the Bullet Club. What do you say?
I got to pass it by Jay White. Jay White's the leader of Bullet Club.
Now, the thing is, when you leave the Bullet Club, do you ever leave the Bullet Club? Or are you just like taking
I guess
a break?
maybe you don't.
That's the question.
I guess you don't. I
If-
don't know.
If Balor and AJ were both former leaders of the Bullet Club, and they've, quote, inducted Liv Morgan,
Oh no, she's Bullet Club, bro.
is she Bullet Club?
Oh, yeah.
Or are they out of the Bullet Club now that they've been gone for a while?
Yeah.
And in WWE?
Yeah.
Nah,
Well, you can't
That's the question.
oust. Finn Balor founded Bullet Club.
Right.
Let's not forget that. So
Hey,
you
man.
can't oust him.
Hostile takeovers happen all the time.
that's true.
But you can't oust him.
But he's
Sorry.
not the leader now.
But he's the founder.
But can he still add people in?
Sure. Why not?
I don't know.
Yeah. Why not?
That's the question. And apparently, Twitter's
It's
having
fun.
a hell of a time with this. It's
I
pro
know.
wrestling. It's just fun to
it
watch,
is
man.
funny.
Pro Wrestling Logic says that there has to be a 2 out of 3 falls handicap match, no DQ, to determine this.
Lights out. Let's not forget lights out.
Now, Jay White's just adding people.
Well, yeah,
and
he
kicking
had Juice Robinson.
Kicked
so.
out God.
Bastards.
So apparently you can leave.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
He
you
brought
get,
I like G.O.D.
he brought the Good Brothers back in, so I guess you can be gone.
And he brought in Juice Robinson.
Yeah, so you can be gone.
I guess you can also be excommunicated.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So
all right, let's do
Balor
this
and
last
AJ
segment.
Styles.
Last
Is
segment.
Liv Morgan in the Bullet Club?
Here we go.
Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Back here on Sports Guys Talking Wrestling on the Horn. Stu Myrick, Justin Smash Simmons, and Eddie Cross from Fight Night.
Who is that?
We got a few independent shows to let you know about this weekend. We will start with DFW All Pro Wrestling presenting Road to HMB, a new era, Friday at American Legion Post 655 in Alton City. Bell time 8 p.m. Central. Lou Gotti, Christopher Hayden, and more. That's DFW All Pro Wrestling this Friday in Haltom City. Vixens Wrestling Revolution presents Rise of the Vixens 3 Saturday at Booker T's World Gym Arena in Texas City. Bell time 7 p.m. Central. High On, Kylan King, Laney Luck, Jasmine Allure, and more. All women's event. Vixens Wrestling Revolution this Saturday night in Texas City. Metroplex Wrestling presenting their final show, Purple Rain, Saturday at the MPX Arena in Bedford. Bell time 8 p.m. Central. Barrett Brown, Stephen Kirby, Frankie Fisher, and more. That's Metroplex Wrestling, their final show this Saturday in Bedford. That's a look at independent wrestling around the area. Wherever you may be, make sure you go out and support independent wrestling.
So when you say final show, you mean like ever?
Apparently, they are shutting down, or at least this iteration. They have decided to shut down. So I think it might be a mixture of they can't afford the building anymore or whatever. So, but yeah,
more a typical story with inflation nowadays too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. People aren't going as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's an okay. Super kicks. How about a flaming super kick? Have you seen
from
this
a wizard?
video?
No, I haven't.
So at a Game Changer Wrestling event in Los Angeles on Saturday,
Start Googling right
Joey Janela facing Drew Parker. Joey Janela doused his foot with lighter fluid and lit it on fire and performed a super kick on Drew Parker. Here's the problem. He couldn't put the fire out. They had a referee and they were throwing water balls and everything, and finally they got it out thanks to lots of water and a towel.
Somebody had to smother it.
Yeah, no kidding. It was yeah. Anyway, hopefully Joey didn't get burned too much. So
First thing that comes up in Google is Booker T making fun of it.
yes. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, who does
Absolutely
that?
so.
Like, who told you that was going to be a good idea? Like, that was going to end well.
It's
How do you
Janela.
not-
It's Janela. It's Janela. What can we do?
I don't have a fire extinguisher ready.
I know.
Exactly. You knew this.
That'll do it for this week's Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. Eddie, tell everybody how they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Eddie Experience, one E in the middle. You can find the show at Fight Night ATX everywhere, mostly.
And that's Fight Night that precedes us on the Horn. You can follow Justin Smash Simmons on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at The Smash Simmons. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Stu Myrick. That's STEWMYRICK. You can follow the show on Twitter and Twitch at SGTWATX. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. We live stream the show on YouTube and Twitch most Tuesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Central. Or you can catch us Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central on the flagship station for the Texas Longhorns. We are the Horn, 104.9 and 101.9 FM and AM 1260. You can also catch us anytime on demand by either going to hornfm.com and click on the On Air tab, or by subscribing to us on your favorite podcast provider. Make sure you rate, review us while you're there. For Eddie, for Justin, I'm Stu. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time tonight. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Remember why the holiday is there, and we will see you at the matches.
bye, and good night. Bang!
And there we go.
All right.
And that's it. So,
Any other pro wrestling
Now
concerns?
I need some barbecue after talking about the Boy Scouts. and that
yeah,
program.
with no meat-a-thon, I may have to go get barbecue this weekend.
Are you cooking it already?
I'm not cooking. I'll go to. I don't know where would I go?
Well, let's see. I'm a big fan of Terry Black's.
Yeah, Black's is good.
I had some of Casey Studdard's. What's Whitfield?
Whitfields,
At
down
at a track meet
in far south
it's,
Austin.
It's so far away. Yeah, I'm never down.
Yeah,
I
it
eat
is
at-
far south.
I eat
know.
at Slabs a lot.
I've heard Slabs
okay.
is okay.
You just gotta
yeah.
have the sandwich slice with the.
Style Switch is good.
Yeah,
Sausage is
I
good.
eat there too.
I may roll to I may go to Lockhart.
Shoot, I mean, if you're willing to make the travel, why not, right?
I think Terry's is better than Black's and Lockhart.
Yeah,
but you know, if you're really willing to make the drive, I would say you
saltier.
should go down to San Antonio and go to Pinkerton's.
I've heard good things about
Man,
I've
that's
heard- yeah,
dude, it
I've
was
heard that
so
one.
good.
Yeah.
Like I was there for work and I ate there and it was like the sandwich magnificent and then like even the sides were great. And I'm
Yeah.
not a sides person.
it. Yeah, bro, but gas is expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
driving to
see,
San Antonio on
yeah.
a whim.
So
Make a date out of it.
Seriously, who is that?
who is who?
The female.
I have
lady.
no idea.
Sorry, the hot chick.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm like, I know where Eddie's interested.
During the segment, I'm usually blocking that out, so
Right.
that's why I don't want to reference it.
I
but
understand.
I have no
understand.
idea. I mean, that's Robert Stone, obviously.
that vest is horrible. What is that?
That's god
It
awful.
looks like a push-up bra.
And thanks for this guy for dressing up, Vic.
Vic Joseph.
Yeah.
That's his look.
T-shirt, the members only jacket.
Apparently, he and Mackenzie Mitchell are a thing.
Which one is she?
Yeah.
She's the backstage interviewer.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, good for him, but why does he
Yeah.
look like a poor man's Tobey Maguire?
I don't know. Well, and
well, hey, Tobey Maguire got the girl too, right?
I know, but man,
Okay, here. Now this is television, right?
this is our TNA segment, and I don't mean the promotion. With Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan and
Seriously, how do they get Gigi's hair that bright?
I don't
That is
know.
ridiculous.
they stripped all the color out of it originally, so it's completely white and bleached out, and then they just spray painted that orange on it, and she
I
has to do
guess.
it every day.
I suppose. I don't know.
Her hair is
It's-
completely damaged.
I don't know. It's kind of. I'll be honest.
True.
I
okay. I mean,
I look at that differently with who was it that was just was it I forget. It was a female wrestler that was in NXT. Oh, it was Athena. Ember Moon, yeah.
Okay.
Apparently they actually told her that she needed to dress more sexy, and I was like,
Not a surprise.
yeah.
Serena Deeb cut a whole promo about having to get implants,
Yeah.
and I was like, really? I had to, like, Google and like, what did she look like before? Very different.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even recognize her.
Well, I mean, that's like usually we've seen it with WWE. That's usually like step one to the whole makeover is the implants.
Yeah, it sucks for them.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I hate
Look
to
at
say
Charlotte.
it,
I mean,
but like if
that's
somebody
way too
came
much.
up to you and was like, "Hey, we're gonna give you," I guess maybe WWE not so much, but like Hollywood, where they're like, "We're gonna give you life changing money, but you need to take this and you need to do this to your body, but you'll be set up for for a pretty good life."
And I'm guessing they paid for it.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
you would assume, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm saving up for that.
I'm like, I'm not spending my money on this.
And then we got the barbershop segment with
I mean, I think that's
Carmelo and Trick.
I mean, because when you really think about it, that's probably what
Ever
made
wrestle?
that's what probably made Brie Bella so amazing was the fact that she didn't get the implants and she had success.
Yeah. Maybe
So-
one of the reasons that Ruby Riott didn't have success.
Maybe,
Could be.
but I'm just surprised that she's not having any success even in AEW right now.
Same.
I think it's simply a fact that AEW has too bloated of a roster.
It would have been
Basically.
better off though putting the TBS championship on her and letting Jade just grow up normally,
But
not
they
try to be a
want
female Goldberg. I mean,
That's-
she
but
could be
that's-
doing her baddies gimmick without the belt, and just be like 30-0, and like building herself up to challenge for a belt that Ruby Soho holds.
Yeah,
And then that'd be a much better.
I kind of
and
agree.
you got 2 stars.
I kind of agree. So there's
But yeah.
Cameron Grimes, aka what was his Dadgummit.
How
What
did
was
that happen in
his
the
name?
barbershop?
And
The caveman gimmick thing.
what was his name?
Had that Appalachian man type deal.
Yeah, before
Trevor? No. When he was in Impact.
I remember, but
I-
I can't remember his name.
I remember he had the
Dadgummit.
wild hair. And
Yeah.
To Wikipedia, it is.
he had like that Appalachian,
Yeah.
like madman gimmick style thing where he was just like. And he even came in like that to the WWE.
Yeah,
Like he had the same exact gimmick.
yeah. West Virginia. Hesitate to say hillbilly, but that's
Trevor Lee.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Yeah, because I remember seeing him. And I was like, oh, he's pretty good. And then when he signed with WWE, I was like, wow, how are they? gonna
Apparently
make
his
this
name is actually Trevor Lee Caddell. Caddell.
work? Oh, so he Tom Cruised it.
So, yeah. Uh-huh. So, yeah.
Let me ask you fast. So the CM Punk thing, even if he does win it, is it too late?
Too late for...
Like they missed the mark again,
No.
right? Didn't they?
No, he's still
No,
hot.
no.
He's still hot.
And also, this will reinvigorate his character too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still hot.
Yeah.
That's not...
Because I don't know.
Oh, yeah. The two guys, that was pretty deadly. They were the NXT
Yeah.
UK Tag Team Champions. Now they're the NXT.
I didn't know that.
Tag Team.
I thought you
Nah.
were just joking.
No, I was like, who
No, it's
are these
okay. I
guys?
don't know
I
how-
was all like, what?
Dude, I don't know half the folks on NXT.
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, but they literally
Just 'cause
came in
they're
and
new.
won the belts on their first night. After,
I know,
MSK
I know.
Left. I figured you'd be paying attention after MSK.
But there's
got
there's half
split
of the
up.
NXT roster I don't know who they are because
Right. Well, I didn't. I think I'd
You know.
maybe seen them like once or twice.
Yeah.
But they came in the first night.
NXT. Oh, this is on Saturday, June 4th. Okay, in your house. So they're going to do a premium live event.
See, that championship match is so much more interesting than anything Braun Breaker's doing.
It's because the characters are more interesting.
Well,
that's what I'm
because
saying.
the whole thing with him and Gacy is just silly.
Yeah.
It's
But also, they both have personalities.
Yeah.
They're very different,
Right.
and they're very big personalities,
yeah.
and they make you kind of care.
Because
like-
Gacy can't talk. He
can,
tries, but it's
but,
not. It's
like,
not the
they
right
had
gimmick for
forgotten
him.
about him for so long,
Yeah.
and then he was
Well,
basically
he was
just,
doing the thing with Harlan.
yeah, he was
then they
basically just
fired
Harlan's
Harlan,
manager. Yeah.
and now he's got Druid.
Now
which
all of a sudden,
apparently
out of nowhere,
maybe
he's
the Grizzly
he's
Young
challenging for the
veterans.
championship.
I know.
I mean, had he had a wrestling match in months on TV? No,
Yeah,
all of a sudden-
it's stupid.
because there's nothing going on in this division, I guess.
No.
Now,
Because the best
I-
personalities and wrestlers are fighting for the North American title.
Yeah. Yeah.
no, because this guy just breaks stuff. You know, he doesn't need to do more than that.
Yeah.
He's like their
Well, he's a
Goldberg.
Steiner.
Although I don't
he
like
can-
him in
he can
all
just
black
bark.
though. He needs to be wearing
He's a
color.
Vince guy, basically. And Carmelo Hayes, as good as he is, and Cameron Grimes, as good as he is, never going to be Vince guys. Too small.
Yeah.
Even
All
though-
right, folks, we're going to sign off in here. Again, hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And we no video stream next week. I'm actually out of town, so there will be a show, just no video stream. So